And welcome back. Hey, you know, on October the 2nd, GMHC, put the periods in between, they're going to be holding their Take Charge of Our Youth workshop and for people living with HIV. It's important. Make sure you keep it right here. We'll let you know all the details. Joining us with all of that, we have Boe Ramirez.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So we were talking earlier. We were coming down the steps. I was saying hello to somebody who jumped high in the air.
I'm always jumping high in the air, yeah.
And you're still jumping. You have some things going on.
Yes.
Tell us about your workshops.
It's actually named Take Charge of Your Health, and it's for people living with HIV. It's a soup to nuts package on managing your meds, knowing what's latest and greatest in medicine. And it goes as far as the history of HIV.
Yeah.
It lets you know how to read your lab results, and it even covers sexual health as well. Yeah. It's very important for the community. I think it's something that's very vital for people who are still living with HIV, and it teaches, the output goal is that people living with HIV become partners with their doctors.
Yeah. You still have something called cocktails that they put together, or that was something of the past?
That's one of the biggest misnomers that are still out there. We don't even reference the term cocktails anymore. Most people are on single medicine therapies, so they take one pill a day for many people, but we actually go over that in details.
Yeah, yeah. Well, how many of those do they have? How many different medications that you can take?
Oh,
you can try this, you can try this, you can try that.
Right, and there's a variety of reasons why people would work with their doctor to pick the right medicine regimen for them. There's a large number of them. A lot of them revolves around what are the side effects that may or may not impact you, although there aren't that many side effects anymore. Some of them revolve around tolerances that your body has built up,
toxicity and all that.
Things. Well, there aren't toxicities anymore.
They got rid of that.
It's
because remember it was very toxic and people were.
Yes, that's one of the biggest misnomers out there now about HIV meds. We don't live with that anymore. The things that people work on is really issue if there's resistance that's building between the medicine, then maybe perhaps you have to switch to another medicine.
Yeah.
So.
And what do they do? They block? Are they blockers?
Right, they block the cell's ability to replicate the virus.
Mm. And so all that's going to be understood right there at the workshop.
Very, very much so. I think you sit through this workshop and you walk away fully informed. And it changes the interaction you have with your doctor. Right.
When and where is it?
It's October 2nd. It's at GMHC at our brand new location at 38th Street. I actually co-facilitated with my colleague, Mark Milano.
You said 38th Street?
38th Street, 38th and 8th, in our brand new office.
In Manhattan?
In Manhattan.
Yes. All right, yeah. So when did they start doing these workshops at this location? Well, this is a brand new location.
The brand new location. The workshops have been done for about a year and a half now, and I'll tell you what, for me, I've been living with HIV for over 25 years. Yeah. And I went to one of the workshops because I just wanted to know what was latest and greatest. At the time, I was dealing with issues with my doctors. I wasn't getting the most out of my visits. Yeah. I found most of my sessions were becoming information sessions, and we weren't talking about my health. So by going through this course, next time I went to my doctor, I was able to sit with them and say, hey, I know these are the side effects of the drugs. I know these aren't. I want to focus on I'm having this pain in my leg or something like that. So we could really focus on my health as opposed to everything being an information session.
But you can't tell you can't tell you have HIV.
No, I can't tell if you do either.
No, right.
So yes.
but how? There was a time where people, upon finding out, and there was that scare thing. But now you think people are acting accordingly and watching themselves?
Yeah.
Or people think that because they have this medication that makes them look and feel good, that they can continue doing what they were doing.
Yeah, I want to avoid the term look more and lean more on feel good.
Feel good.
Yeah, feel good, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah,
I think there are people who've been living with the virus since the early 80s who you look at them and they're the person you're not going to say has HIV, but and then there are people that look sick and it may have nothing to do with HIV. Yeah. So that's a really something that we've learned over the years. I think what we're seeing now is that people can live healthy lives. People are now given a goal behind their meds, and that's to be virally suppressed. And if you're virally suppressed, you can't pass the virus to someone else if you're undetectable.
And they have a pill for that.
All HIV medicine drives towards viral suppression, drives towards being undetectable. Most people who are going, visiting an HIV doctor, that's what they're pushing them towards.
Okay.
So that's the goal.
And somebody that doesn't have HIV can take something that will block it also? I'm just asking.
There's PrEP, and that is covered in the course as well.
Yeah.
So the ultimate formula for success is one partner is virally suppressed, they're undetectable. The other partner is on PrEP, right? And in that case, the virus cannot be passed.
Yeah.
And that, if we move in that direction, then we're really moving towards a decrease in the number of new HIV cases.
Do you think people are being sexually responsible now that they have these types of medications?
Define sexually responsible.
Well, because back then, when the scare was out, upon first finding out that there was HIV and AIDS or
Right.
things that were happening to you, people said, "Oh, I got to be careful."
Right,
And
right.
There was that scare, and people refrained from
Yeah.
having sex for a while. But now that
I think there's always sexual responsibility falls on all of us, those who are negative and those who are positive as well.
Yeah.
I think what we're seeing now is in a social media culture that's starting to shift as people are turning to web apps to look for how to engage in sexual activity. We actually cover that in the course. It's something called serial sorting, where people are choosing their
you got
partners
everything
based
from
on
soup
status.
to nuts there at the workshop.
This is soup to nuts.
Yeah.
I walked out and I felt more informed than my doctor.
Okay.
And that's probably a bit of a joke.
But who's giving the course or the workshop?
I'm a co-facilitator with my colleague, and the area I focus specifically on is understanding your lab results.
Got to understand.
Got to understand them.
Thank you. Where can we
Great.
go to understand more about what's happening and what's going on?
Sure. If you're interested in the course, you can go to the GMHC website. You can go to the CREA website. You can go to the CREA Facebook page, or you can email me at boer@gmhc.org for details.
Boe Ramirez,
Right.
GMHC. Thank you so
Thank you
much
so
for
much.
stopping by,
my
sharing
pleasure.
that information.
Great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Stick around for a while. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today's show. I'd like to thank all of our guests for joining us and you, our viewer, for tuning in and checking it all out. If you missed any part of today's show, you can tune in to the recablecast of Open at 5 and 10 p.m. or watch anytime on the web at bronxnet.org or catch an all-new episode Wednesday with our host, Darren Jaime. For all of us here at BronxNet, have a great and enjoyable day, and I'll catch you over 107.5 WBLS. We got a live thing going on right after the Quiet Storm with Lenny Green. Always remember this: what you are is God's gift to you, and what you make of yourself is your gift to God. To choose your choice and let your choice control the chooser. The Dr. Bob Lee. Catch you another day, another way. Love you all. Peace.